Alright, so I stink at welding aluminum. There's another thing I've been playing with. I've got this Vulcan ProTig 200 and I've been trying to weld aluminum. I've got argon gas, so just 100% argon. I've got, instead of a flow regulator, this is just a pressure regulator, but lots of pressure. I can hear the argon flow out of the torch when I fire it up. I've got a decent grind on my tungsten, I think. And I'm using this, whatever this is, an abrasive that's supposed to be good for welding aluminum. Won't contaminate the tungsten. Yeah, so let's look at the settings. There's no wind blowing across my workpiece, but all I get is these jumping splatters, and it's basically never done anything but just skitter around and make a mess. So I don't know if you can even read that, but it's 80 amps. Probably don't need that much. Pulse is off. AC balance of 60% and frequency 90 hertz. I've had people suggest that I switch polarity here, but these are different size one to the other, so I can't switch those. And it's not like you can just flip a lid somewhere and change polarity. It doesn't work that way. Not like the MIG here. That one will flip polarity pretty easy. Anyway, that's what I've got. I will come back with the tripod and let you see how it makes an awful mess of things. Probably failed to mention I've got a green tungsten number 10 cup, and just a second, let me see what size that is. So that's a 1/16 diameter tungsten. I'm not trying to weld any metal this thick, I'm just trying to make a puddle at all, and so far I've been horribly unsuccessful. All I do is make a huge mess. I'm wondering if anybody out there knows what I'm doing wrong. Can tell me I'm an idiot. I've not really been taught by anybody. I'm just playing around trying to figure it out, because eventually intercooler tubing is coming up. Piece has been brushed nice and clean. I did acetone before, but every time it just starts splattering, it seems like it's not worth redoing. So let's see what happens. Got lots of post flow. Just destroyed my my tungsten, probably from too many amps. You can probably see how many amps in the video, but I don't know because I'm not looking. Here we are, freshly reground to a point. I assume that's the right way to do it. What else can I say? Here's my results. Just trying to use the minimum amount of current that I can to hold the arc steady, which isn't really a thing. It just jumps and pops the whole time. So I'll brush off the aluminum. Just so you know, this is a wire brush that I only use on aluminum, just so it's avoiding contamination, whatever. That beauty right there, that's what I just did. I guess the only other thing I could point out is this thing does a pretty decent job on steel, I thought. In spite of my sloppiness. The arc was real steady when I did DC steel welding, and it seemed to penetrate this nice thick piece pretty well, so I was happy with that. I'm sure I can turn that into something better, but why does that happen? So does anybody know what I'm doing wrong, and can you help me get better? Let me know. Thanks.